Hi there, welcome to Football Everyday, the Euro 2012 edition. I'm Daryl here in the studio with our regular guests Ian and Randeep. And
Pleasure.
last night, what a fantastic round of games we had. Spain basically sneaking through by beating Croatia, and no, there was no conspiracy theories there. And before that, we had Ireland against Italy, and the Italians basically also made it to the last eight.
Yep.
But the first off, Ian, the whole conspiracies about the game against Croatia and Spain, it didn't come true.
What conspiracy theory?
There was supposed to be a draw and basically to kick out
Oh,
Italy.
right.
2-2. 2-2.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. Maybe we should talk about that.
No,
That's crazy.
yeah. The Spanish were if they would have drawn with Croatia 2-2, Italy would have gone out no matter what they did against
Yes.
Ireland. So the Italians were a bit worried about the conspiracy theory, but it never materializes. Spain did enough yesterday, knowing that a draw would be, they would qualify, but they were surprisingly very average yesterday.
They do it like England in the qualifying rounds. There was not much of those tiki-taka things
Yeah,
going on.
it was they played Torres up front, same lineup against the Irish in the second game, but at the end of the day, Spain were fortunate in my eyes to have sneaked it in.
Yeah.
Because
Ian, do you think that Croatia could have got at least one penalty there?
Yeah, I was actually quite. I was rooting for the Croats really, because I look at the lineup and it's a team that really deserves to go through. A lot of talented players, especially Modric, Mandzukic. I think has been on fire. But Spain, I think the reason why they struggled this game is when they play Torres, it's everything focuses on him. So he either plays well and the whole team will play well. If he doesn't, the whole team isn't. It's not going to work. So that system is focused on him. So if he doesn't deliver, which he didn't do last night,
I still wonder why they have not played Llorente.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an amazing player, and they brought in Jesus Navas, right, who scored the winner. And but to Croatia's credit, I think they took the game to Spain, and this game yesterday showed that Spain are vulnerable, and whoever plays them in the quarterfinals, they will fancy their chances.
Okay, one last word on Spain. Are they good value to be table toppers for Group
Yes,
C?
they are. Yes,
Yeah,
they
Just
are.
about.
Yeah.
And let's quickly about Italy right now. Lucky or Irish or just basically to be walked over.
The Irish played better than compared to the two games yesterday. They had nothing to play for. They played for the fans. They played for the nation. They wanted to bow out in a respectable way. But Italians, as usual, they do just enough.
Yeah.
And Balotelli scored,
Balotelli's goal.
Yeah.
which was impressive. And but overall, the Irish typical Irish performance, but Italy nothing special. So yeah, whoever plays them in the second game in the quarterfinals will also fancy their chances.
But I think it all rests on Balotelli's shoulders. It's like with England, there's all this hype about whether Rooney coming back is going to fire them to the finals and all that. So there's so much talk about Rooney, but Balotelli is just as good.
Yeah.
If Balotelli shows up and on his day, he could be a better player than Rooney. He's
But you've got to give
amazing.
credit to Pirlo yet again.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's right. That's
yes.
right.
He's
Another assist.
always
Amazing player. Yeah, he's a good player. He and another maybe 2 or 3 players are the only world-class players in the Italian squad that can change a game. But apart from that, this Italian team, in my eyes, they are just average. Just average.
Yeah.
But you never know, they might go far.
Yeah, with the spine of the team is very, very solid.
Yeah.
From Buffon to De Rossi, Pirlo, and all the way to Cassano. So it's all about the supporting cast getting it right. Balotelli needs to get it right. Players like Marquisio, they can turn up with a bit of magic. Di Natale can come on. So if all the supporting cast get it right, with the spine of that team, they can go far.
They
It's a
can
good
go
team.
far. Yep, they can go far.
Very good team.
They've got basically very tasty, potential opponents in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But we're going to get back to that in the next segment.
Yeah.
So, Spain and Italy, fantastic for Group C.
Well, as everyone
Expected?
predicted,
Yep.
Spain to top the group, and it was either a toss between Italy and Croatia. So Italy qualified. I think Croatia were unlucky in the first game against Italy, and you got to give credit to Slaven Bilic. I would like to see Slaven Bilic in the Premier League as a manager. he lost with a lot of grace yesterday. You know, he hugged the players, he hugged the opponents. I think he's a fantastic manager. So Tottenham, maybe potential for
That's the
Tottenham.
final word on
I
group.
think he's going to Locomotive or
Locomotive,
something, right?
yeah,
Moscow,
yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
a shame.
Okay, the final word on Group C. Basically, we love Spain and Italy, but we hope to see Slaven Bilic in the Premier League.
In the Premier League,
Someday.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So I tell you
yes.
what, basically hold your thought for the next round of games in Group D. We'll be back right after this break. Hi there, welcome back to Football Every Day. I'm in studio here with Randeep and Ian, and we're basically going to talk through Group D, the final round of games before we head off to the quarterfinals. And tonight's games, we're going to start off with, let's go with the one that no one wants to talk about, France against Sweden. And then we go to the one that everybody's raving about, England-Ukraine. A quick one about France and Sweden here.
Well, on paper, France should nick it.
They should win
Should win the group. Everyone wants to avoid Spain. So I think France in my eyes, are the underdogs, are the dark horses in the tournament. They've got a good squad, and I think they will do enough to beat the Swedes. But having said that, the Swedes, being knocked out, they'll want to go off on a high themselves. So they've got something to prove, and they're not an easy team to beat as England. And it proved against England, and also against when
Ukraine.
Yeah, when France beat Sweden. So France should. They're favorites. They're favorites, and they should do enough. But never know. You never know.
Laurent Blanc basically has been, a savior for the French. Seriously, he's basically cleaned up all the mess since 2006 World Cup. And looking at the fact that who will be your main picks for this game for the French side?
It's definitely going to be France going through. I think it's hard to see. Blanc as a former defender, it's hard to see him being able to throw away a game like this. But you'll never know. That's the beauty of football, right? With a player like Ibrahimovic, if he decides to turn up, he can turn the game on its head on his own. Given the right kind of delivery. And Mexes has seemed a bit vulnerable in the air. So Zlatan has that height advantage. It's an interesting game.
On paper, is a French win.
Yeah. Can't see any other.
Fantastic squad. Sami Nasri is playing well. You've got Ribéry. He's got something to prove. He has had a poor second half of the season for Bayern Munich, so he's got something to prove. And they've got a fantastic strike force. So France should be able to,
barring a monumental disaster for the French, we're basically kind of tipping them to basically top this group here. But the next game, the most important one, everyone's talking about Ukraine against England. Rooney coming back, your favorite player?
Sent off?
Would he unsettle the England team?
Rooney sent off in the first 15 minutes. How's that?
Yeah, you want. No, I don't think he'll unsettle. I think he's quite a popular figure in the England camp. I don't see any fractions this time around, so that's good. We're not talking about the French team here. The English team is pretty settled, so he's definitely a big plus point.
The most important, the thing about the English team is they're kind of likable this time around, without egos and all that. The Welbecks, the Joe Harts.
Those are the players you need. I think that's Welbeck is gonna be key here. So Hodgson has a decision to make. Does he drop Carroll or Welbeck to accommodate Rooney? And both Carroll and Welbeck have played well. I think it's a good combination. Two big guys up front. This is the kind of play you need in tournament. I've been saying it every episode. You need your two big guys up front. A lot of teams have been susceptible to the big guy with the hitting ability. So they've proved to be effective in that sense, Carroll and Welbeck. So do you want to force Rooney back in? I don't know, but he'll definitely do it anyway.
Let's talk about Ukraine itself now. Randeep, it's a Jekyll and Hyde team, right? They beat Sweden and they basically kind of went flat against France. So what can you expect from
the do or die game? The danger for England is they go into this game needing a draw to qualify.
That's not good.
Ukraine have got home ground support, and you never know what you're going to get from a team like Ukraine. And being the host country, and they will want to go off on a high themselves, and they still got a chance. They beat England, they qualify.
Yep.
So it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, tasty.
And England have got Rooney back, so that's a huge plus point for the team. It's a boost for the entire team. It's like a new signing, and so Rooney will play today, and I think he will partner Welbeck.
Yeah.
And England will go to this game with a lot of confidence.
And with this whole Shevchenko thingy, I mean, the magic that he was against Sweden,
Yeah.
he didn't show up against France. So I mean, they're trying to basically nurse him back to help for this one.
Well, he's an asset. I mean, he's the only world-class player.
Is he like 45 years old?
Yeah, he just turned 50, I think. But yeah, so he's a boost. I mean, he's a fantastic player, proven goal scorer, and yeah, I mean, Ukraine need him.
But I think Terry and Ashley Cole have his number. I mean, they've played together. They've seen the worst of him.
I mean, deep down
Probably
betting
know how to
odds,
deal with
right? I
him.
mean, you still can't tell this game, right?
Yeah.
It could go either way.
I don't see England losing.
Yep, that's right.
I see the game being drawn or England winning it narrowly.
Okay, for
Same
your
here.
main man for England then.
Has to be Rooney. Rooney and Welbeck will be key in this game.
Yeah.
It's a tough choice to make, dropping Andy Carroll, but I think that's the way they'll go, and that's going to be effective.
Rooney will come into this game all fired up. You know, he still thinks that he can be the player of the tournament. A lot of pundits think that he can be the player of the tournament. So he's got something to prove. And with him and Welbeck, England are favourites for this game.
Yeah, that's been a problem for a while, right? Who would partner Rooney?
Correct.
That has been an issue for a while,
Yeah.
but the Welbeck-Rooney combination has worked at club level, so this
Yeah.
might finally be the solution to that problem.
We'll find out. We'll definitely find out tonight. Our Ian and Randeep here basically, touting England somehow to basically get the job done. I mean, there always will be drama with England
Yep.
for this one. So don't forget 2 games tonight: England versus Ukraine and France versus
Sweden.
Sorry, yeah. See, I can't even remember that Sweden in this tournament anymore. It's a kind of no-show kind of
You need
team.
more sleep.
Yep. Okay.
But
Anyway,
knowing England, they will not make it easy for themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That's for sure.
Thanks so much for being here, guys. So this has been Football Every Day, the Euro 2012 edition. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.